Well, let's go ahead and start today in Sukhasana, please, at the front of your mat. And by that, I mean a specific way of sitting cross-legged. So bring your right shin in front of your left, and then you're going to take your peace sign fingers, take a hold of your big toes, and just stretch your heels out left and right. And you're going to aim to bring your heels right beneath your knees. And then second to this is that you'll notice that your knees want to buckle in towards you, but instead you'd like your shins to be parallel with the front of your mat. So I'm going to have you scoot your hips back a little bit so that there's more space between your shins and your hips, and your shins are parallel to the front of your mat. One more step. Use your hands to grab a hold of each of your glutes and scoot them back. And now your sitting bones are down on the mat. You can stay here, or you can start to roll your spine forward, creep your fingers forward. And what you're looking for is an outer hip stretch. It's probably going to be subtle for many of you. I have super tight hips, and so this is a lot for me. If you'd like to take fire log and put your ankle on top of your knee, you can do that as well. Whatever really suits your body is great. We're just going to start here by calming down, really anchoring the senses into the sensations in the body. And as you breathe, notice how your hips give way millimeter by millimeter. While you're down here, start to become aware of the sounds around you. You're not really listening and being carried away by them, but just take note. Allow them to come into your realm of awareness. Feel the subtle rise and fall of your spine. With your eyes still closed here, go ahead and roll your spine up, and we're going to switch sides. Cross your left shin in front of your right. Make peace sign fingers. Take a hold of your big toes as you pull your heels out to the sides beneath your knees. Scoot your hips back an inch. Take a hold of your glutes, scoot those back, and then once again, we start to fold forward or stay seated if that's more your jam. Draw your mind's eye to the top of your head. Slide down your forehead to the space in between your brows. Split that point in two. Trace your eyebrows inside out towards the temples. Relax your jaw. Find your tongue, your throat, and fall all the way down to your belly. And take a nice deep inhale through your nose. And sigh it all the way out the mouth. And as you're ready, walk your hands back. Then we'll uncross the legs, shake them out in front of you. And when you're ready, please find tabletop. Shoulders stacked over your wrists, hips stacked over those knees. Knees are hips distance apart. We'll warm up the wrists first. So draw big circles with your shoulders over your wrists in one direction. Anchor down in your finger pads here so you're not dumping into your wrist creases. And then big circles in the opposite direction. Then we'll go ahead and become still. Shoulders are directly over the wrists. Turn your hands around so that your fingers point towards your knees. Thumbs face outwards. Gently sink your hips back. And just stop at the edge of sensation. You might not go back far. You're just looking for a nice opening stretch at the bottoms of the wrists. Bring your shoulders to stack over the wrists once again. Shake your hands out. Place them normally back down on the mat. And we'll find downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. If you'd like to pedal out your legs, go ahead and take a moment to do that. And otherwise, when the feet are still, the legs are still, the feet are hips distance apart. Heels are slightly scrubbing away from each other so that they disappear behind your toes. Make sure your hands are shoulders distance, those index fingers and thumbs anchor down. Broaden the space in between your shoulder blades by wrapping your outer shoulders out and down towards your mat. Pull your low belly in as you really send those hips diagonally back and up. Inhale, come forward to plank. Upper push-up position. You can always lower your knees for support here in this shape. It's up to you. Take an inhale here. And exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. We're gonna go back to plank, but I'm going to guide you there. We're actually gonna roll the spine like a wave on my cue. So tuck your chin in towards your heart. Come up high on your tiptoes, round the upper back, come forward. Once the shoulders stack over the wrist, then you release the crown of your head forward, heels pressed back. We're in plank. Take an inhale here. And exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward dog. One more on my cue. Tuck your chin in towards your heart. Come up high on your tiptoes. Round the upper back as you come forward. Once the shoulders are over the wrists, release the crown of your head forward. Heels press back. Engage the abdominals. Inhale and plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Two more on your own. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, roll forward. And exhale, downward dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet at the back of your mat. Feet are hips distance apart. Your big toes turn in slightly. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, fold into your legs. Your knees can be soft here if you wish. Inhale, half lift, glance out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, spine is parallel to the earth. And exhale, we fold. Bend your knees just enough so that your belly touches your thighs. Grab a hold of opposite elbows for ragdoll at the back of your mat. We want the belly to touch the thighs so that your spine is supported and you're not rainbow arching in your back. Switch the hold of your elbows. Rock your weight a little bit more towards your toes. Release your hands down to the mat. Keep a slight bend to your knees. Pull your low belly in, one vertebrae at a time. Slowly roll yourself all the way up to standing. Head and neck is last to come. Once you're up, roll your shoulders into your ears, back and down. Walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, hinge your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to plank, lean forward, lower all the way down onto your mat, bend those elbows. Release your forehead down, release the tops of your feet down. I'm gonna set you up for baby cobra. On an inhale, peel your chest and head up off the mat. And exhale, lower your forehead down. Inhale, baby cobra, peel up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, lower. This time, very gently press into the tops of your feet. As you start to straighten your arms, you're going to find your first upward facing dog. So hips and thighs lift up off the mat. Your legs are totally active and reaching back here. Take an inhale. And exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. We're going to start here with the right toes facing down, squaring off the hips. And now we'll bend the right knee, roll your right up over your left. The heart is still squaring to the earth, so roll your outer right ribs down towards the mat. What's opening the hip is the right knee lifting. Inhale, come up high on your left toes. Exhale, right knee to your nose, shoulder stack over the wrists, round the upper back. Inhale, right leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the right foot forward in between your hands. Pop onto your fingertips. Keep the chest low. Reach your arms back along your sides. Palms face one another. We're creating this diagonal line that starts from the heel of the left foot, runs up that left leg, and shoots out through the crown of the head. Anchor down into your right heel. And keep your heart low. Just reach your arms forward. Biceps line up with your ears. Take an inhale here. Lift your arms up an inch. And exhale, set your hands down on the mat. Drop the back knee, release the toes. Inhale, reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana. The goal here is to really soften into the front of the left hip without arching the back or closing the right hip crease. So sending energy as we soften into that left hip. Zip your front ribs in. Bring your palms to prayer at your heart. Lean forward just a touch. Take an inhale here. And exhale, twist to your right. Left elbow outside your right thigh. This is a nice opportunity to make sure your right knee is stacked directly over the right ankle. Look down for balance. Tuck your left toes and lift your left knee up. So we're bringing in a little heat here. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back to plank. Inhale, shift you forward. Exhale, bend the elbows over halfway chaturanga. Flip your toes over. Inhale, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Always feel free to utilize your knees in chaturanga. Lift your left leg back and up. Just take a moment here with that original squared hip. And now bend the left knee, roll your left hip over your right. Stay heavy in both hands evenly. Inhale, come up high on your right toes. Exhale, left knee to your nose, shoulder stack over the wrists, big cat. Inhale, left leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back, connect the breath. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the left foot forward in between your hands. Pop onto those fingertips. Keep the heart low. Fly the arms back. So notice if you're sitting in your left hip crease and you're just closing your left belly side and the top of your left thigh together. We want to press into the left heel so you can scoop the tailbone beneath you and create that tiny little space. Keep your heart low, reach your arms forward. Breathe into everything you're feeling in your body. Take an inhale, lift your arms up a little higher. Exhale, hands down. Drop the back knee, release the toes. Inhale your arms up. Anjaneyasana. So again, soften into the front of your right hip this time. Bring your palms to prayer. Lean forward a touch. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist to your left. Right elbow outside your left thigh. Really guide your bottom ribs, your right ribs, long forward towards the front of your mat and then revolve them to your left. Look down for balance. Tuck your right toes. Lift the right knee up. And you'll notice through this transition how much your right leg has to be active to support you in this shape. It's all about that back leg. Breathe here. Maybe you're shaking like me. Take an inhale. And exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot back. Lean forward as we lower halfway chaturanga. Put the toes over. Inhale, straighten your arms up, dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward past the hands. Walk, step, or jump to the front. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in with the same flat back. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. Stand up, Tadasana. Exhale, palms to prayer at your heart. Let your arms drift down. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, hinge as we fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step or float back to soft elbows as you lower chaturanga or skip it. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sun salutation series A. We'll move through this a few times. If you'd like to stay in child pose and wait, that's totally fine. Inhale, come up high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up, stand up. Exhale, palms to prayer. Arms drift down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, high on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, palms to prayer. Arms drift down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, glance up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. And take a few moments to catch up with your breath here. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale the right foot forward in between your hands. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Inhale, crescent. Reach your arms up to the sky. And as you come up, bend your left knee a good bit. The reason why I have you bend the left knee is so that you can stack your shoulders over your hips. If you straighten the left leg too quickly, sometimes we pike forward, and we don't want that. We want to come up. So once you have that solid column, up and down column of your spine, gently press your left heel back and explore what might be a straighter left leg for you. Palms swivel towards one another. Relax the tops of your shoulders down. Bring your palms to prayer at your heart. Lean forward, shift your weight into your right leg. Warrior 3, left leg lifts up. As your heart tips forward, you can always have your hands on blocks here, under each of your shoulders, or fly your arms back behind you if palms to prayer is too much. Left toes turn down. And lower just your hands to the mat, vertical splits. Relax your head and neck. Heavy in your inner right foot, keep your left leg active. And bend your right knee deeply, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Spin your left heel down, bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot, left arm up to the sky for side angle. So options, if you'd like to bring your right hand on a block on the inside of your right foot, that's cool, or bring your right forearm on top of your right thigh. Wherever you're at, guide your outer right hip back towards your left heel and then in towards the center line of your mat. And reach your left arm up and overhead towards the front of the mat. Let the palm rotate towards your face, and still here, you're gonna move the top of your left shoulder away from your face. Always space around your skull. And set your left hand down. Step the right foot back to plank. We'll move through a vinyasa, or you can skip it. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot forward in between your hands. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Inhale, crescent. Reach your arms up. Soften your right knee. Adjust the stack of your torso. Make sure it is over the hips, and then maybe press your right heel back. Your hips and everything below them sink south. And everything above the hips, the sides of the waist, to grow up in the opposite direction. Bring your palms to prayer to your heart. Lean forward halfway. Shift your weight into your left leg. Warrior three. Right leg tips up. Imagine your right heel moving in the opposite direction as the crown of your head. Tighten up your abdominals. And lower just your hands to the mat. Vertical splits. Imagine you're doing a forward fold here. Relax your neck. Bend your left knee deeply. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Spin your back heel down. Left hand to your inner left foot. Right arm up to the sky. Maybe your gaze follows your right hand. And reach your right arm up and over. And set your right hand down. Left foot steps back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Side out your mouth. Again, deep inhale through the nose. And side out your mouth. And breathe normally, or practice Ujjayi, whatever you were doing before. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale the right foot forward in between your hands. Spin your back heel down. Inhale your arms forward and up. Warrior one. Your left toes face forward, 45 degrees, towards the front left corner of your mat. See if you can guide your left hip forward, roll it forward, and draw your right hip crease back in space, squaring off the hips as best as we can to the front of the mat. Heel toe your right foot to the right, 2 inches. Interlace the hands behind your low back. Inhale, draw the hands down. Heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, fold into the inside of your right knee. Humble warrior. If you can, maybe you can snuggle your torso inside of that right knee. Try to keep your palms touching if you can. You can always hold opposite elbows if this is too much for you. And on an inhale, we'll bring ourselves all the way up. Release the hands as you reach the hands up. Exhale, palms to prayer at your heart. Heel toe your right foot back to the center of your mat. Bring it in left a little bit. Turn onto the ball of your back foot. Lean forward halfway. Shift your weight into your right leg. Warrior three. Left leg lifts up. Heart tips forward. And bend your right knee deeply. Think crescent. Step your left foot back. Reach your arms up to the sky or the ball of your back foot. Warrior two. Spin your back heel down. Arms open up to the sides. Left toes turn in just a touch now, just a hair. Breathe as you open your heart to your left. Your gaze looks forward past your right fingertips. Place your right forearm on top of your right thigh. Reach your left arm up and overhead. Staying here is plenty. If you'd like a little bit extra, you can zip your inner thighs together and fly your right arm forward as well, creating chopsticks with your arms. You can always abort mission. And everybody come up to warrior two. Flip your right palm up, reverse, reach your right arm up and slightly back. And like 12 inches in front of your right foot, because that's where your right fingertips are gonna go. Think half moon here. Shift your weight into your right foot, left leg lifts up to the height of your hips, reach your left arm up to the sky. Flex your left toes, turn them towards the left side wall. That's gonna help stack your left hip on top of your right. Heavy in your inner right foot here. And bend your right knee deeply, step your left foot back, warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, hinge your hips back, reach your right arm forward. Exhale, right hand to your right shin, left arm up to the sky. Your right hand can also be on a block on the outside of your right calf if you have one. Soften your right knee, please. And see if you can guide the back of your skull to line up with your tailbone. Drape the left arm behind your back for a half bind. Maybe your left hand catches the right thigh, maybe not, doesn't matter. Stay here, or if you'd like something extra, reach your right arm forward with your right palm facing the sky. Wherever you're at, keep the arms, bend your right knee 90 degrees. And we'll reverse again. Reach the right arm up and slightly back. Take an inhale here. And exhale, windmill your hands down. Step the right foot back. We'll lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot forward in between your hands, swing your back heel down. Inhale, warrior one, come on up. I'm just gonna switch sides here so you can see better. Heel toe the left foot to the left a few inches. Interlace the hands the opposite way behind your back. Inhale, draw the hands down. Arms are gonna pull back as your heart lifts up, and exhale, fold into the inside of your left knee. Hands draw up and over. Keep your right leg active, sealing the outer edge of your right foot to the mat. Anchor down into your feet. Come on up. Inhale, release your arms up to the sky. Exhale, palms to perch your heart. Heel toe your left foot 2 inches to the right so it enters the center of your mat. Turn onto the ball of your back foot. Lean forward as you shift your weight into your left leg. Warrior three. Right leg lifts up. Standing leg straightens. A few moments here. And then we'll bend the left knee deeply. Crescent pose. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Reach your arms up to the sky. Warrior two. Spin your back heel down. Arms extend out to the sides. Soften the tops of your shoulders. You're going to want to crunch up towards your ears. We're developing tolerance in the body to uncomfortable sensations in yoga. It helps you tolerate emotions and other things as well. Place your left forearm on top of your left thigh. Reach your top arm up and overhead. Staying here is excellent. If you'd like something extra, reach your left arm forward as well. And everybody, warrior two. Flip your left palm up, reverse, left arm up, and then slightly back. Your right hand is very light on the back leg. And in your mind's eye, see half moon. Lower your left fingers 12 inches in front of your left foot. Right leg lifts up. Maybe your right arm reaches up to the sky. Really commit to creating space in all four directions, north, south, east, and west. And bend your left knee deeply, warrior two. Step your right foot to the back of the mat, arms out to the sides. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, hinge your hips back, reach your left arm forward. Exhale, left hand to your left shin, right arm up to the sky. Grow your ribs long. So we don't want the rainbow arch happening here in the ribs as well. Draw and grow your left ribs forward. And drape the right arm behind your back for a half bind. Maybe your gaze looks up past your right shoulder as well. Stay soft in your left knee. Do or don't reach your left arm forward. The left bicep comes up by the ear. And wherever you're at, keep the arms. Bend your left knee 90 degrees. And reach your left arm up and back. Take an inhale here. Exhale, windmill your hands down. Step your left foot back. Get out of there. Inhale for upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Child's pose. Lower to your knees. And sit on your heels. Crawl your hands forward. Elbows touch the mat. Relax with your head on the earth. Walk your hands back. Come on up. Cross your ankles. Sit behind your heels. Bring your legs out in front of you. We'll take forward fold. With your feet together, use your hands to bring your butt back a little bit, your glutes. Now your bony bones of your seat are on the earth. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. It doesn't matter if you can't catch your feet. If you're holding on to the sides of your legs, that's awesome too. We're just bringing some flexion into the spine. So relax your neck. Roll that spine up. Bring the sole of your right foot to your inner left thigh. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And exhale, fold over your left leg. As you fold, you're going to energetically send that right knee to the right, away from the center line of your body. As you roll your outer right ribs towards your left leg. Come on up, we'll switch sides. Extend the right leg forward. Slide the sole of your left foot to your inner right thigh. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, we fold over the right leg. If you have a block, it's kind of a great place to actually, it's a great opportunity to place the block under your left knee. Give it some support so that you can really anchor that left knee away from the center of your mat. Roll your spine up, extend your left leg long, scoot a little bit forward so you're not so far back on your mat, and we'll roll all the way onto the spine. We'll take a bridge pose. So bring your heels very close to your hips. And now with your hands, palms facing down outside of those hips, lift up the hips. And instead of trying to create a bow today, extend your knees forward. Just lengthen them towards the front of your mat. You're drawing your heels back in space. We're just lengthening the spine today. When you're ready, one vertebrae at a time, roll your spine back down to the mat. Draw both knees in towards your heart. We'll take happy baby. Hands split the inner legs. Reach for your outer feet. Flex the toes back as you draw your knees towards your outer ribs. If this is too much for you, your hands can take the backs of your thighs. And just an option, if you like, you might make peace sign fingers. Take a hold of your big toes and extend your legs out wide to the side for a wide-legged split on the back. And everybody, bend your knees in towards your heart, hands over your shins. Give yourself a nice light squeeze here. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Hold it at the very top. If you're pregnant, please keep breathing. And exhale out your mouth. Release Shavasana. Let your legs go out to the front corners of your mat. Arms roll away from your body. Palms face the sky. Relax that jaw. Allow yourself to settle into your final shape. Welcome your attention back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Roll out your wrists, your ankles. Bend your knees, slide the soles of your feet onto the mat. Reach your arms back overhead. And roll off to your left-hand side. Bring your knees in towards your heart. Take a fetal position. Let your right hand fall to the mat right in front of your heart. And with your eyes still closed, use that right hand to help you press up to find a comfortable seat facing the front of your mat. Hands can rest wherever you like. Just sit up tall. Let's take a couple of moments to watch your breath. Just watch your lungs work, become aware of the slight expansion, slight contraction of the body. Maybe even feel where your skin is feeling the fabric of your clothes. Check in with your mood. And to close, we'll take ourselves through the body rather briefly, but as we do this, see if you can notice any changes from the beginning of practice until now. Come to the top of your head, tops of your shoulders, down the arms to the fingertips. Return to the heart, come down to the belly, hips, thighs, shins and calves, all the way to the toes. Bring your palms together in front of your heart as a sign of gratitude. Namaste.